All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I am trying something new, and I am gonna be vlogging while I'm driving. The good thing is hands off, and I will be driving to work and maybe just sharing some things that come to my mind. Um, Grateful to God for another day of life, and really understanding the importance of like living life to the fullest under His guidance, of course, as always. Um, I've never done this, so we're about to figure this out together as I am trying to get out. But I will say, people do not know how to drive. You'll see this car and this car. So, kind of a challenge for people. All right. So, I've officially been off Facebook, Instagram, you name the social media, I've been off with the exception of supporting my local church. They always need help when it comes to their social media accounts. So I always ensure to make sure that I will still utilizing those. But if I am honest, this has been the hardest thing. I find myself literally like in a weird way of questioning myself, like what do I do with my time? And the first couple of days was really hard. I just kept picking up my phone, putting my phone down, picking up my phone, putting it down. And as I've kind of been learning how to like stop doing that, it's been it's been very interesting because now I'm realizing that you can, like, I know you can, but I think it's just because we've been so accustomed to using our devices, our cell phones, specifically our cell phones. I found myself on my laptop more, typing, journaling. I'm actually trying to find a new journal. I know that we're already like literally a couple weeks in January, but I've been really trying to find an intentional journal that can allow me to really understand the importance of like taking note of life, ideas, concerns, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, man. My birthday is this month. I can literally tell you it is not a midlife crisis, but it is a midlife of like making impact. And what I mean by that is, how do I continue to make impact into the people that I love, into the people that I believe in? And that's hard because you question yourself so much because all you want is the best, first and foremost, for your family, my wife, my boys, my daughter-in-law. Like, I want the best for them, and then the extended family, our close circle of friends. I want the best for them, for their spouses. I want the best for, their kids. I want the best for the individuals that are seeking that next step in life. And when you give back to a local church or a local nonprofit, you want those people to succeed. So there's a lot, but it's come to a point which, shout out to my friend Antonio, shout out Silver Screen Club. It's come to a point where like now I need to really start thinking about myself. And I know that sounds really weird because you should always think first and foremost of what you're doing. But I think that that's been the hardest part is I don't know how to make myself content. I don't know what it looks like for me to be 100% like I feel like solid in everything that I'm doing. I question it because I want to make sure that my loved ones are doing better than me, but that's at the cost of like my health, my mental health, and that's been something that's been really hard. So, I'm kind of grateful that I haven't started this kind of vlog from the car because there's been a lot of moments where I've shed tears, and I know that might be news to my family, but I've shed a lot of tears in here talking to God. That's something that I do a lot here, is that kind of how I'm talking in this car right now in the cabin. I don't know why I said the cabin. I'm here thinking like I'm a pilot. Uh, but as I've been in here, I've come to a realization that talking to God as I'm seeing things around me and acknowledging the things that I see, it's giving me a peace of mind. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand, that when you have a constant communication with God the Father, there's a lot of upside to that. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And my hope is that we can constantly just keep growing in it. My hope is that we can constantly just understand the beauty of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. This year, they make it or break it for me professionally. I've been very transparent. I want a different job. I want to showcase my storytelling. I want to showcase just the skill sets that I have as a speaker, as a person who generates ideas, and how do we tell an authentic voice and story through the lens of the employer. And if it's at Nike, great. Unfortunately, if it's not at Nike, I would say great as well. So, you know, I understand that a lot of people say sometimes you have to leave a company in order to come back. And I say yes and no. I believe in this company, and yes, this company's had many shortcomings, but I think one thing this company's always been really great at, that it's my spirit, is being rebellious and really in your face with telling stories. And that's something that I think a lot of times people don't understand about Nike. And I'm grateful for like Shoe Dog from Phil Knight. I'm grateful for, so many like iconic DNA making people in my life that has allowed me to see that. So, it's tough. We try to like rock and roll. We try to, we make the best that we can with everything that we do. And I just want to do something better. I want to elevate. I want to challenge myself. I've been so grateful for all the leaders that I've had when it comes to the HR space of like recruitment and how do we help people, even if it's like resume workshops, branding yourself. I've had so many amazing teammates. And a lot of times when I'm in this car, I think about them all the time. I think about how great they are. I think about how they challenge me. I think about all the fun times that we've had when it came to our projects and even just team bonding. I really, really miss those people. Those are relationships that even at times if we no longer hang out or we're not on the same team, you guys are on my heart. And all of you guys know who you are, from the OG group of the athlete talent attraction coach, which we used to call the Attack, to then the current roles of what we've done in these past few years. And I'm really grateful that. Another thing I always think about is myself as a leader. As I get a chance to really be in spaces where I can showcase and lead others, it's really allowed me to really just be grateful for the leaders that I've had. When I entered the corporate world, excuse me, man, I was a fish out of water. You talk about imposter syndrome. I really thought it was just like a little short, critical, like experience, internship, whatever you want to call it. And here I am, 8 years into the game, and I'm just grateful of everything that I've learned. And I think that's what's crazy, man. I'm in my late 40s, but I've only been in corporate in my 40s. I don't know what to make of that. And I think that's where all this energy and ideas come from. So, yeah. And look, I know that I've helped a lot of people. I know that I've made impact, but remember, that's everyone else. It's not me. And that's why I ask God, is it wrong, God, to be selfish at times? Is it wrong, God, to like really ask? And look, some of you out there are really good at that. Some of you are really great in prioritizing yourself first. And that's something that I've had to learn. And I want to say maybe in the past 15 years is really prioritizing self. And, especially coming out of a pandemic, that's been something that really impacted me really hard. So yeah, I mean, the whole goal of what I want presenting this video is that, look, you and I are the same. We may be in different cities, states, continents, but we all want the best for ourselves, our families. For those people of faith, we want to be able to give honor and glory to God. Can I just tell you guys that I'm grateful for my faith? Look, we can make the arguments and people can say, hey man, that's your thing, but I don't think people realize like how great God is and what God can do in your life when you realize the purpose and the calling. And I really think that some people unknowingly have been amazing in their careers because they've actually said yes to an underlining message from God of doing some really great things. And that to me is powerful. It's so amazing. It's so dope. And I think that like a lot of times we underestimate the power of what God can do in our lives. But my hope is that for me, as I'm moving forward, you know, at the start of the year, I love it because my wife, I love you, honey. She reminds me that I dropped the ball in ensuring that we prioritize our time. Now, granted, we get a chance to do it, but it's not been consistent. I'm being honest. And I'm grateful that at the start of this year, my wife, very nonchalant, said, you know, hey, remember our time? And that's been, look, you guys, I don't think people realize this. The man that I am today, the motivator, the speaker, the passion, that is because of my wife. My wife has shown me that sometimes solace and quietness is the most powerful thing that anyone can do in either leading people, leading a family, leading a company, a ministry, whatever that looks like. And I'm really grateful for her. She is, look, you know, I haven't told her this, but I'm always thinking about like the functions of what we do as a husband and wife. And I've come to a realization that my wife is the CEO of the house and the CFO, and I'm more of the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, I guess. I'm more of also the Chief Operating Officer, but my wife is the CEO. My wife is the one that is so gifted when it comes to our finances. And I'm really grateful for her because she really, look, my boys know their success is because of their mom and me. But a big part of that, because look, a lot of people don't realize, man, when you work in retail, as long as I have, and you're married with kids, and maybe some of you guys can relate if you're in the hospitality industry, regardless if you're mom or dad, you miss out on a lot of things. And I don't want to get emotional about that, but I missed out on a lot of things of my kids because of retail, because of the weekends and nights and days, and if you work in like certain kind of functions, you do these graveyard shifts, or we call them overnights. And I missed out on a lot. But you know who was there? My wife. She was there. She held it down. She continues to hold it down now in a different way for her parents. And I'm grateful for her. Like, that's the success of why our family is where we're at, and our fear and faith and loving God. It has been beautiful to be able to see that. So, you know, a lot of times people ask me like, yo man, how do you like do the A, B, and C? And a lot of times my answer is, man, you just got to pick and choose your battles. You can't find the time, make the time. And I purposely make the time to take this longer route because I don't want to sit in stress of traffic. I'd rather see what God has created around me. And I am grateful that although I don't live right next to the beach yet, you know, we got to put it out there, right? You never know when God opens up a huge door. I do get a chance to be able to live within about 10-15 minutes of the beach, and allows me to really see all of God's creation. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I do have my window up, but in the background, you should be able to see the beach or the ocean. And going back just to my wife, just really grateful for her. And yeah, those are thoughts that go through my head as I drive to work. The other thing that kind of, when I get to this point of the beach, is when I really start thinking about clarity. And there's no greater clarity than what God has created around us, especially the water, the ocean. it is a sight to see. Man, let me tell you. And I'm actually looking right now at the Santa Monica Mountains, Malibu, from afar. For those that don't know, I'm currently in Manhattan Beach. So I live in Hawthorne, and then I get a chance to go through Hawthorne Dilla area, then you go to Manhattan Beach, northern Manhattan Beach, if I'm being very specific. And yeah, just I get a chance to kind of like see all of this. I would roll my window down, but I think that would be a really bad choice because it'd be really loud, and I don't know how I would edit that. But I'm really grateful that I could be able to go to work. This is the moment where, like, when I have this wide span of like water and mountains and I see sky, I'm just like, man, God, look at you. I see you, God. Every day, God, I get reminded of your greatness. Every day, God, I get a chance to, when my windows roll down, to feel your air that you've created, to feel that wind, to be able to smell the sea, to be able to smell, everything that has to do with nature. I see you, God, and I'm grateful for another day. And look, I go on and I say things to God like, hey, God, I make mistakes. God, I'm not perfect by any means. Side note, God, there's a Porsche 911 Carrera. Wow, amazing car. Going back to God. God, I make mistakes, but it's by your grace, by your mercy, by your love that you forgive me. And with that, God, I just ask you, let me be the best teammate today. I want to be the best contributor to business. Lord, let me show up my best self in being able to provide insights and resources to those that need it on my team or not on my team. Because God, that's what we do as a team. We come together and you bring all of our skill sets so that we can be able to elevate. So God, that's my prayer today. And I'm excited, God, because I got to get ready to present this week to some leaders. So Lord, I just ask you that as you've carved out some time and we sat down and kind of get strategic, because, I got to include God in my plans. I'm just grateful, God, that I'll be able to finalize some details, run a couple times to practice through. But God, make sure that I come from an authentic and solid place of a base that my business partners can feel not just empowered, but enabled to be able to do what they have to do. And for myself to be a part of that process. So I'm grateful for that. God, I ask you to be with my leaders, be with my teammates. Lord, they're so cool and they're so awesome. And Lord, I'm grateful for the new leader that you've given me, because it's an opportunity for me to be able to really just learn, but more importantly, allow them to also learn about me. God, I'm just grateful for all that you do, man. Yeah, amen. Yeah, that's what I do. I talk to God. A lot of times I play music, but just for the sake of YouTube, I don't want to get a strike, whatever they call it. I don't know. I just licensing. But man, I don't know if you guys can just see in the background, but this gives me so much excitement, peace, to allow me to really just be grateful and go to work. And I'm excited because work always allows me to have, some really amazing snacks. I love our coffee, and I'm not a big fan of our espresso machine, but I do love our coffee. But yeah, I was supposed to go to get some breakfast burritos, and I wanted to get a coffee at Offset. Shout out to my son and Izzy for giving me a gift card for Christmas. But I just want to get home. I'm not home. I want to get to work and hone in. That's what I meant to say. Hone in on the work that I want to get after at work today. And yeah, it's going to be good. But yeah, I don't know what you guys hopefully want. I get a chance to kind of talk some things through, or maybe I should put out there what's maybe 1 to 2 to 3 questions that you would like for me to record and answer for you as I'm on my way to work in the morning. I don't want to do kind of like the night ones, because I was thinking about doing like a pre and post video, but I just think that would be really long. But I don't know, maybe I'll throw it out there. Maybe you want to see how I feel and sound and going to work, and maybe you want to see kind of like the recap of how do I come out of that. And yeah, my hope is to see what you guys feel and kind of go from there. But more importantly, excited to kind of record these videos. And, this is kind of an extra thing that I wanted to put out before I get back on social media. So at the time of this recording, it is not my birthday yet. At the time of this recording, I do get a chance to be able to do some really great things at work. And at the time of this recording, I hope that by the time we get to the future self of Noan, that we have locked in some really great content for the next season of just the podcast and the channel. I'm really hoping for that. So I want to say thank you guys. I'm about 4 minutes away from work, so I'm just gonna kind of like prep and allow this to turn off. Hey, I gotta give a shout out to this like DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and their app, because I have the app right here in front of me, so I could just push stop. So I think that's really amazing. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'll tell you another thing that I always say, man. It's crazy to see everybody walking their dogs, running. I'm always like, man, I need to like. I would rather run instead of going like at 6:30 in the morning. Even though I do love seeing the sunrise, I would rather go at this time. There was a point when I was in retail that I used to run between 9 to 11 because I used to close a lot, and I'd love that. That was like a sweet hour. But it's all good. So we will be stopping the video. I hope that this has been a blessing. As always, check us out at fieldpasionpodcast.com. Immerse yourself dentro de la cultura, grow in your faith, y como siempre, make those conexiones. Y como dice mi abuelita, que Dios te bendiga.